She's a medium too.
I know I could see, I was listening to her. Can you hear my fan? Is it okay?
Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium healer, numerologist, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there's always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, and welcome to the Psychic Hour. I have Debbie here right from the beginning. Hello, Debbie.
Hey, girl. Thank you so much for having me as a guest.
Absolutely. Yeah. You've been here before, and we always have fun. We're doubling up, right?
Right.
That's right. We're going to be doing readings in a little bit. Hello, everyone coming on in. I want to give you an introduction, Debbie, for people who don't know you and are just coming in. So Debbie Romero is an international evidential medium, host of the Spiritual Psychics TV show and podcast Transcend with Debbie. She holds space collectively to bring forward presence, healing, memories, and symbols that life is eternal. Debbie believes a soul-to-soul connection is one of the most precious gifts one can receive. She regularly demonstrates with platform mediumship as well as teaches others. Teaching has brought Debbie great joy of witnessing the transformations and miracles of her students within this work. Welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You've been doing so much platform lately. It's incredible.
Yeah.
In the UK, in the United States, you've been active on Zoom, you're in the spiritualist churches, you've been doing so much.
Yeah, it's been so fun. I really have been having a great time, and it's really an honor. It's really an honor to be able to hold space in the way that Spirit would like to share their story. So it's been great.
Did you have a hankering? Were you manifesting okay, I want to do more work with Spirit, I want to do the platform, or all of a sudden were you just okay, it's happening, it feels good. How did it just come more and more? Because you're on fire with just demonstrating. It's wonderful.
Oh, Kelly, thank you. Really, it's me, when we're in there and we're in that manifestation state, I really just surrender and I just say, Spirit, you surrender to Spirit, use me how you need me. And at whatever comes my way is what I'm open to. And sometimes I do things that are scary and I step into it, but I always surrender and I just let Spirit lead me. So I'm Spirit led on how I work. Yeah.
And then you just show up and you're just
in gratitude. Yeah. I just show up and I this is going into the trust. Spirit, are you here? Let's go, let's do this. Let's today coming in, Spirit, welcoming them to commune and to be present and to be with us in that unity. So it's really walking that walk and being in it. So it's been a great journey.
And do you find with all the connections that you have that, let's say, mothers favor you, or grandparents, or children, or there's usually some type, maybe not always, but within the year, that people from the spirit world find you and they have this commonality?
I think we're all striving to get that connection and that link to Spirit. So I think what the theme for that is, we're all trying to connect. We're all sitting for the miracle to unfold. We're all sitting for that frequency and vibration of Spirit to bring in that energy to feed our soul in the way our soul is seeking. So we're all going in for solace, meditation, prayer, or just to hold space and to be in the presence of Spirit. So I think we're all coming together with like-minded souls, and it's really, truly a community that we create where we're all striving to just be better than who we were yesterday.
So you find that you're really kind of going out and promoting what it means to be a medium with just service. Like you're promoting your heart and your love for this work, and you're just saying, I'm happy to be here and let's just see what happens. And I hope my bravery can encourage other people just to live in their own light and truth.
Right. So so walking that journey, right? We studied, we've trained. You and I have trained with many different mentors, and we both have really taken in the knowledge and the wisdom of all the different people that we connect to. Even here, as you yourself, Kelly, you work with other souls that come in, and they also share their wisdom and their knowledge, and we're growing with them because we're learning their inspiration. So it's all about being inspired to make that change and to create that ripple effect of love. And when we're coming together in that unity, it just starts to naturally unfold for everyone because we're all in that same frequency vibration space.
It's like just generating the energy and just seeing what comes forth, right? Mm-hmm. I know some people, like within their mediumship, they're very like, okay, this is happening, and they're almost cerebral with it. Not everybody, but I know some people who think back and they're like, okay, well, this happened. And others are just like, I was feeling it. I was vibing.
I think I'm vibe. Yeah, I'm vibing. Right? Yeah, girl. I'm always vibing. I'm feeling it. And, there's so much love. Really, there is so much love that just comes at you as we come together, and to be open to that vibrancy and that frequency. It just feeds my soul.
It just feeds your soul. And some people are, they remember, I don't think there's no one size fits all or every way to it, but some people are like, I have no idea what happened afterwards. How did it go? And then some people are like, okay, I think I remember some of it. And did that happen? Have you ever had situations where you're like, I thought it, but did I say it out loud?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I should have said it and I didn't say it. You mean like if I got the glimpse of it and I just kind of held on to it?
You're not sure if you actually said it.
Yeah.
So you thought you said it and you didn't.
Yeah. What's crazy for me is when I start to shift into like that trance state, you're really in it and you got that close blend. And it's like, if someone were to take you out of it, if they ask you a question and you're like in the flow and then you're like, wait a minute, you come out of the flow. Yeah. I've had moments where I'm going in from one state of mind to another very quick. And so sometimes I will like, oh my gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. I lost the link, or, those moments have happened. I try to stay very aware and present. And so sometimes I do remember. And then sometimes I just was like, oh yeah, I don't. And so it depends on the type of reading and what comes through.
Right. It's all different. But I always kind of think it's funny. As long as you're feeling good about what you're doing, you're like, oh, I did say that, or oh, I didn't say that, or oh, that happened. I like to ask about little stories like that.
I think too, what's important is the perception of the sitter. We can say things one way, and then it also can be received a different way. So it really also, if there's a clarify, what is it that we're trying to say? Let's bring it into a deeper understanding, right?
Absolutely. Wherever we're taken, sometimes we can go back, or sometimes maybe that wasn't even important, and we thought it was like, oh gosh, I'm getting hit in the face with this visual, but for whatever reason we didn't need it. So you just trust. Right. Mary is so people are coming and say hi, like Mary says hi, Kazit says hi, Catherine, Delic, hello everybody coming on in. And someone says Debbie did a virtual reading for me on Pete's show and brought in my grandfathers and my dad.
Nice.
And and Catherine is talking about the supermoon coming up. I mean, it's here actually. Today's the full moon. It's the blue moon, the super blue moon.
Let's go.
I know that just recently you were talking about astrology and retrogrades on your channel.
Oh yeah, you caught that.
I saw that it was up. So are you tuned into what's going on with like the moon, and what were your findings? Because there's a lot of things that are happening in astrology lately, like the Uranus just went retrograde, or Uranus, whatever you call it, right? Venus is in retrograde, Mercury's in retrograde. There's like 6 planets in retrograde right now. Anyway, what have you been finding?
For me, it's so cute that you say that. I literally, I'm not an astrologist. I just really just listen to my body and my energy of how it's unfolding and how it affects others. So I just keep it respectful to the emotions that are coming up to surface around me and others, and just gives myself an opportunity to play into the energy for self, where I give gratitude. So I really use the medicine of gratitude to take me through the shifts, and then I just kind of allow whatever needs to settle to settle. So I play with it in a very natural way when it comes to the energy. One of the exercises that I love to do, and again, I can't tell you, like, it's one time of letting go, manifesting, creating. We use the moon in a way to charge things and to amplify the intent, right? And keep in mind, if our emotions are raw, they're going to be even more raw. If we're like happy, we're going to be more amplified in a happy state. So it's giving you a area to pinpoint where your emotions at today. So for those that are listening, I like to visualize that I go into the moon, like my body's in there. It's almost like, imagine like you're in the Merkaba, and then you have the Merkaba in there, but instead you're in the frequency of the moon, and the energy is just pushing through you and going around you. So that's a visualization that I work with, and I just let my energy charge to receive the downloads of frequency and vibration of whatever the cosmos want to feed my spirit. So I just kind of let it like charge up, like, yeah, let's go. So that's an exercise that I do. And so I hope that that's something that you guys can take in, as we still have 3 days to work with this energy, right? Be kind to yourself. Nurture those energies. Be gentle. Like, don't let it play with you. Like, keep it grounded.
It's important. Yeah, and I like to talk about the moon and the retrogrades too as well, because it's kind of like, yes, I'm not an astrologer, but we all feel it. And sometimes, we're really like peeking into the week or the month, like, whoa, this is crazy. And we deal so much with energy that it does affect us. And I do think it's helpful to, have the meditations with the moon or other things where we're actively being a part of what's happening to us, rather than going like, oh, the moon is doing this today, or Uranus is doing that, and I don't know what that means, and I don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The moon's in Pisces, so you're talking about like protect yourself and stuff like that. And when things are so Piscean, the emotions will be high. People's empathy is gonna be off the charts.
Right.
They're gonna feel really just vulnerable, even, and more emotionally reactive. Do you notice that your mood changes depending on the moon? Like, how are you affected with the moon? Because everyone, I think, is a little different. So how does it go for you?
Well, like, let's say today, right? So obviously the moon already hit 2-3 days before, because the full moon just started today. So I was feeling good. I was like, let me manifest, let me create some flyers, let me go. I was busybody. I was being fed by all that goodness and energy. It gave me the little jump start my spirit needed to go, right? So and of course you crash when you go. So then you're like, okay, let me sit in this, let me rest, let me get my body to chill. And so I ride the wave. And I feel like I'm a Pisces, so it's in my sign, right? So I ride the wave in every event. I try to anyways. And when I notice that my energy is a little more vulnerable, or I'm a little bit more sensitive, I honor it. It gives me, crying is a very healing thing to go through. You're releasing, feeling into the emotions that come to the surface. It's a very natural process to break it down, what's coming to the surface that needs to be looked at, And so giving it gratitude is a great medicine, really blessing it on its way and just saying, oh man, that's awesome, that came through, right on. And just create something different. What is it that you want to change? What is it that you would like to see manifest for thyself? How can you bring a little bit of inspiration in a different way, instead of saying, okay, this is negative, but let's focus on the positive. What can we do to make it good and fun and inspiring? Change the way you feel about it.
Exactly. I don't always remember to manifest during a moon, and there's people who have ceremonies all about it, and they make lists, and I kind of just go, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and I'll make some intentions, but right, like you can have a whole process with it. And that's what a lot of people are encouraging others to do, because the moon is so close to the earth. They're just like, everything's supercharged, like manifest, use the energy, like to be more in touch with who you are and where you're going.
Yeah, I think too, it's when you know someone who works in that way, you're speaking of ritual, ceremony, prayer. I think you said it right, Kelly. It's just a gentle conversation between you and spirit and whatever you're setting the intent. Every time, I'll give you a perfect example. Um, and then maybe this can help a lot of people when they don't know what to do when it comes to setting intent. People live by intent every day. So it's not just a full moon, it's not just a new moon. There's an intention daily. And how can you invite the power of being present and being in the moment of what is it your spirit needs today? So being mindful of thyself, self-care, nurturing your body, honoring your feelings and emotions. And there was a period of time where I was going through some grief, and the moon came, it was New Year's, and I was thinking, God, I don't even know what I want. And sometimes we don't know what we want. And this is where you surrender to spirit. It's in your hands. You know what's best for me, and I leave it in your hands. So surrendering it to the higher self and to the flow of whatever needs to go. And that's what I do. I just really, it's in God's hands, spirit's hands, and my higher self. And sometimes we don't even know, and that's okay. It's okay to not know. That's a hard one for some people. Even me.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I want to know. I think within our life, there are times. I think that's part of being human, honestly.
Right.
Not knowing. And for people who are very hyper curious, like I know you are, Debbie, and you're always like, "What's this? What's you know what I mean?"
What up?
There are times where, for whatever reason, spirit is like, "Look, you've been doing a lot. We need you to just function. So we're not going to make you want things, or we're going to make you feel like you're not curious for things, because we just kind of need to get you a little bit back in order. So, if we keep doing that for you, you're going to fry yourself."
Right. There was last month, everyone's like, Debbie, you're doing so much. And I talked to spirit. They're like, girl, you're just giving an hour of your day.
Oh, that is so good. That is so yes.
You're popping up here, you're popping up there. I'm like, but really, God, it's only an hour of your day. And I'm like, yeah, girl, let's go. Okay. Spirit said do it.
But it's so true. No, like if you're in alignment with it, yeah, some of these things, it's like, they're simple, right? And other times it feels like, okay, I got a lot going on in my life right now. It is an hour, but for whatever reason, that hour does feel exhausting. Sometimes it can, even though it's so positive, right? And it doesn't mean it's exhausting while it's happening even. It's just after or the next day, you're like, wow, I'm way more tired than usual. Like, I'm not able to do some other things.
Yeah, it's interesting. People ask me if I get tired after doing dams or the work, and I never get tired. I'm just like, let's go.
No, yeah. And some people don't. You find yourself like ever that week going like, oh, my body is tired. Not that I'm not on fire, like for my spirit, but.
Now there's two different types of energies that we're talking about, physical and then spiritual, right? So if we speak about the physical, I'm always physically tired. When I'm out of the power, I'm like, I gotta wash dishes. Like, can we call Cinderella or like some fairy godmothers to come and do the dishes? Like, I went on strike last year. I stopped cleaning. That's why I have all this great energy to do what I do.
That's good. You want to call back your energy however you can. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely when it comes down to spiritual, I think if we're out of alignment, and it can happen, and we're not in that power of spirit, then you're using your own energy, then it can create a depleted feeling if you're not in the power. So this is an opportunity to realign and to say, spirit, please, and bring in spirit more closer. So because spirit is giving you the information, you're letting them bring the healing and the vibration and frequency. So that energy is going where it needs to go. And if you're using yourself, then that's where you start to get depleted.
True. I think that's really important because, right, it's like sometimes we have to make space for other things in life, and that will be depleting. And, even though we're doing things from the heart, sometimes we're like, I only have so much energy, right? And so we find ourselves, juggling schedules or changing things. And really, what you're saying, Debbie, is like, there's things around you that just shouldn't be depleting you. Like, just figure out a way where you can simplify things. So you can feel that like more uplifting energy. And that is a sign that something's amiss with how you're living your life.
Right. And that's going back again to self-care and saying, okay, what layers are coming at me right now? What do I need to pay attention to? Ding, 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 ding. Let me handle this and get it out of the way. Something you may have avoided and now you got to deal with it. So it's part of living. It's part of that ebb and flow. It's all good. Don't look at it in a negative. Look at it. Oh, I got to take care of this right now. It's all good. Like just taking it day by day.
Yeah, take it. There's so many messages, right? Okay. Yes, I think it's like important to sit with the weird emotions, like, like sometimes anger is weird, sometimes sadness is weird, anxiety, whatever. But like, I think everything can be neutral. So with that said, everything can be positive. Exactly. You can spin it into positive, but first you have to go, okay, something feels really weird, or I really don't like this. So let me just sit with that. And then I can be an alchemist with it. Right. Mm-hmm. And turn it into where I need to go. Someone's giving you a shout out. Kaza is saying,
Kaza awesome girl. She's from Scotland. Scotland is in the house. That's my Scotland girl.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not familiar. So, you're acquainted. That's your Scotland girl. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Lily Rose is always coming in here too. I see her in here. What's up, Miss Lily Rose? I see, is it Lorena? I see Lorena in here. So yeah, very cool to see you guys in here. I hope this conversation is bringing a little bit of enlightenment, and it's also to a place to just not take the pressure off ourselves. Like we want to have it so amped up and just be like, rah, let's go. And it's really just like, let's just chill with it. Like how we gonna play? How we gonna work with this energy? Like bring in the love and the laughter. Have fun with it. Go into like that yah sisterhood of like, moon, God, goddess, be nice to me, spirit, like yah.
I never saw that movie, but I'm familiar with it. But is it like the Yaya Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants or something?
There's the Yaya Sisterhood Traveling Pants. There's the Yaya. It's an older ladies that come together, and she does this like beautiful moon ceremony, and she puts her blanket on, and she talks to God and spirit, and she goes into the moon, or just bringing that practical magic vibe of the fun, like put the lime in the coconut. Let's go, like have fun. Just, I'm all about the fun. That's what's up.
Yes. Put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up. Okay. Yeah. So you're vibing, Debbie. Are you ready to go into some readings then?
Totally. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm all yours.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else that you wanted to put out there with the energy, or you just like, I'm feeling to go? So you get to share anything about the gorgeous full moon energy, or something you want people to know, whatever's on your heart before we begin.
You're so sweet. I think this is a really cool message that I was getting all week, and maybe for those that are in here that are healers, those that are holding space, that are mediums, intuitives, we're all I want to give all of us a gentle reminder that everyone is in a different place in their healing journey. And if we have the gift to see beyond what they're going through, to take away the judgment, to hold space and hold the light in a beautiful way so that they can continue to rise their vibration and their frequency with love. I feel awesome time I hear people say, oh, they're masking. Well, if you're hurting and you're wounded and you're still showing up, congratulations to you. My applaud you for showing up in the best way that you could have done for yourself today. God bless you. You showed up. And so I know a lot of times we're given that insight to see more personal things with others. But it's not to judge it. It's they didn't ask for it. So if you have that gift, hold on to that and just say a little nice prayer. Send them into that light. Give them the love to keep them going. Don't judge it. And that's what I was feeling really strongly this month. And just be, for anyone going through anything at this moment, you have so much love to you and so much gratitude for you just showing up the best way you can. So love to you guys with that.
That's right. It takes a lot of courage, right? It takes a lot of courage to transform, and we are all transforming. And when we step into life, even wobbly or feeling like, oh, like today, right? I feel a something which sort of way, and I feel like stumbling. Even if it's like that and you're still walking, you are transforming because your body's like, okay, last year you didn't think you could do it like this, but this year you have enough where you can do it like this, and we're going to get you strong.
Right. It's all about growth and getting those roots stronger. You know how many times I have had to go into that healing stage for self? I have dived in so many different opportunities, and what comes to the surface, I just learned to sit with it and respect it and forgive it and bless it. It's just moving. It's just information leaving and moving. Let the story gently move through you. Don't become the emotion. Allow the story to flow. And it's a process, but there's growth. It's just shedding, I'll give you an example. For me, I work with a lot of animals and totems. And for me, the snake medicine is so powerful. And then when that snake medicine comes in, and it just eats away that old, it sheds, and I welcome that snake medicine to take that shed. Like, let's go into the new birth. Let's rebirth the new energies and frequencies that we truly worked for.
Yeah. Snake energy is powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful regeneration, healing. I think that's a great one to bring up because I thought what you just said was powerful too, letting those stories move through you, because you might wake up with a certain story, whether it's an action or a feeling or a remembrance of what a person did to you. Right. And it immobilizes us, or it makes us to do certain things where when we look back, we're like, why did I just waste an hour thinking that or doing that? Why didn't I just, whatever you wanted to do instead? And I think, right, like our stories move through us like with pain too. A lot of us have pain, and it's not necessarily because it is purely a body thing. It's the emotional or spiritual state that we're in.
There's that Pisces girl.
Yeah. We're talking about Pisces, or wait?
Well, no, you're saying that's the emotions of us as Pisces, and just in general, that's, there is that emotion. I didn't mean to stop you. I'm sorry. But no. I totally feel what you're saying. There's so much emotion that comes through when we're holding space for self. That's what we get the thought, we get the emotion, and then we're working and running off of that, right? So let's work in that and just let the thought push. Don't become the emotion. Be zen with it.
Just be zen with it. I love it. And let those stories move past us, if just for
right. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Okay, let's get ready for some readings. Those great healing advice to open up this space, make people feel like, let's do this. Everyone pop down your questions. Debbie is a wonderful medium, so if there is something from spirit that you want to ask, or if you want to ask a question about your life, we're going to take questions for that. Pop them down. Okay, so we got some to start. Are you vibing any? How would you like to do the order? Would you like
so let's see who's here. Let's see who's here and where we're going to go with it, right? Like, who's here?
Yes.
And who's open?
So I always we'll bounce back. You get to pick, and then I get to pick. You get to pick, I get to pick, if you want to do that order. So you pick whatever you want first, if you want to go first, or I'll dive in, whatever you're feeling.
So La Lima Sony, she's asking, any advice on what's coming up for me? Lalima, do you have a specific question? In what area? And I love that you guys are all open.
See if she puts, okay. We can do a general to open up the space, and then we'll see what, all right? We can just pull some cards to open up the space.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. You want me to pull for her really quick, and let's see?
Okay, go ahead and see if she's here.
Because I just had this just jump out at me. Sorry. I was just like, it was like,
you got the
bam!
heart. Here you go. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, so I got the card, the Compassion, the Feeler card. It's perfect for the Pisces moon. It's very, very on brand. And it basically, it invites us to go like, hey, our emotions are our friends. Our emotions are our ticket to actually like healing things, rather than it's a sign to shut things down and repress. And it's an invitation to feel more, because sometimes some people love feeling all the time, and other people are like, this is too much. This is too much. So Debbie was talking about letting the stories move through your body. It's an invitation to let the uncomfortableness move through your body, and tell yourself that it is safe to feel uncomfortable, because as soon as you allow yourself to feel a little bit uncomfortable, you're going to feel the good stuff more too. So it's just an invitation into growing and healing. I also think this is a time to heal your body. I'm really drawn to the green in the card. So Spirit is giving you a tip of the hat with like you having intention to heal your body and do more like nutritious stuff. Or even walking. I just know that you're focusing on your body more, and Spirit loves it. So there you go.
Oh, I can take that too. So I know I'm trying to focus on moving out and physical body. So this is a great theme, a great topic. But I saw was it a heart, Kelly, that you gave her? Was it a heart on your picture in your card?
Oh, let me get it. Yeah, these are like my cards.
Those are the ones you made. And I got romance, which is also like reminds me of hearts. So there's like romance, there's love. Look at the light. So I see the light behind it. So even if you look at the card and there's two together, there's so much love around it because there's light around it. It's a lot of blueness. And you look at the moon behind it. So obviously your love is affected by the frequency and vibration of the moon. So I'm going to look at the love that's underneath. So there's a lot of support, a lot of love, because if you can see the hearts that are under there. And I put two more, which I find the cosmos came through, which is the stars. So clearly you are someone who's very affected by what we just talked about, the moon, the shifts, the planetarian.
Yes.
And
I was
you're like,
oh.
And you're like getting all your messages. So like you are so divinely, and I'm rubbing my nose, girl. So like, okay, one.
Is the feather tickling it?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God. Usually when Spirit is close and there's like this, for me, it's a symbolic connection. Like we're on point. It's like, you're on point. Let's go. And so I know that you've had grief because that is my breath. When I breathe like that, there was a symbolic connection of heartaches. And so please know that as you take your 2 steps forward and you take 2 steps back, there's no wrong way. There's a beautiful dance between you and Spirit. As the heart has been broken, it's okay. We're putting it together again. As we bring in the green of the cosmos and the blue, and we bring in that blue again, that you're protected. Look at the blue from the skies. That's a reminder that love is protected. I know that either you've gone through witnessing, and this is going a little personal here, and I'm going to try to keep it very mindful. If you could stop me at any time, please. I don't even know if you're still here, but I just feel like we witness, and I won't even say to her, so we witness patterns, behaviors of love that's around us. And I feel like whatever you witness, whatever you experienced, please don't carry that as a pattern or a way of saying, well, this happened here with this person and this happened here. Let's look at yourself. What is your life like? And what is your relationship like? And step into it and create something new. Don't carry those past situations that are not yours to carry. Let's allow Michael Archangel to come in and just kind of release those thoughts and those feelings and emotions of what you've ever maybe experienced or saw, and let's step into creating something beautiful, because I feel like you are somebody that really deserves love and is ready to open love. And I feel like you are a loving person. Just take time to enjoy yourself, to bring you back to love. You really do embody it.
I'm feeling exactly what you're feeling on that. So in the beginning, I kind of focused on self because I was like, oh, it's important for you to do the work because there's stuff going on around you that is continuing you to go like, it's not safe to say this or feel this. It's not safe to do this. I don't receive things in a positive sense when I act like this. So how can I continue to act like this? Well, when we focus on self and remove, others influencing why we
Right.
shouldn't or should,
Right.
we get into our power like that, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about like the Pisces and being so sensitive. Yep, yep. I love it, Debbie.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah. So love is there. Just nurture yourself. Whatever you've come out of, whatever you witness, we do get impressions, and unfortunately, that is something that you saw, behaviors that may have not been positive, but those are behaviors that are now past. Let's create, and the only way we can step forward is by creating something beautiful, and nurture yourself as you give yourself forgiveness, compassion, love, and keep it honest, keep it real. Don't deny what comes up. Be the queen. Beautiful.
Be the queen. Right when you mentioned the queen card too, I wanted to encourage her to step into a store or shop and like get a new outfit. I'm
Well, I
like
love
it.
shopping.
You know what I mean? But like with her, I'm like, I feel like she's in a phase where she's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'd like to do something different, but I'm not sure how to. And I'm just like, when you're ready, get into a store, buy something, play around with like outfits. Like it is time. Mix up that wardrobe. It is time. Next phase. It is time.
Right. Well, good luck to you, baby. Much love. I feel like you're going to rock it. September is going to be a really great time. Put your dancing shoes on. If you feel like you need to go out, go out. Go out.
Exactly. I'm vibing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to pick then someone?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. Someone says, oh, I don't know if that's general. Someone's giving me numbers, but okay, Dilek. I would like a reading from you if you feel any. Oh, but I'm just everyone I was picked there, so we'll go at the same time, or whatever. But she wants a reading. She says she's open. I felt like drawn to the energy. Okay, so all right. You want to start this time, Debbie, since you
Sure.
asked to? Because I started the last time.
Totally. So, it's DLEC, right? DLEC acting.
Yes.
I hope you're still here, babe. If you can come just validate that you're still here, that would be awesome, because I definitely have a gentleman that's stepping forward. Feels very much like a father. I do get the sense that when this person comes through, there's a blanket of protection that comes over you. So you're definitely very protected. Whatever you're going through, whether you feel that you're either not supported, or you feel like you're going through something where you may feel alone, Spirit is stepping forward to just remind you that they are present and they're with you. It's very interesting, Dialect. When I come to you, I feel that you're very gifted and you're also sensitive. I feel that you can see and you can smell, and I feel like all your senses, all your taste buds, all your senses are awakened. And I just feel like Spirit wants to work with you and hold your hand in a closer way. I feel like when butterflies come by, you get very like it just gets your like that presence of Spirit that comes forward to you. So I know that presence is very important. I know when this gentleman comes closer, they show me that he wears a hat. I feel like he would have been kind of like with a cigar. So he was someone that was very like he thought he was like the dude, like I'm it, like I'm the man. So I know that when he comes closer to you, he's either, I feel like you have two. I feel a gentleman that's in spirit that feels very much like a father, but I also feel this is a guide that's stepping forward. So I know that this is a way that you get your healing, your cleansing with that cigar blessing. And so I know like they're coming in with that cigar blessing within the throat, within the mind, within the heart. And so I know that your guide is also working with you. I feel like whatever you're going through, it may have not felt like you've been going, like it hasn't been easy. And so with this, they're like dragging you out. So your grandfather, thank you. So I also feel that they're like taking you out of your comfort zone So I get the sense that either it's been difficult and it's kind of like I'm cool where I'm at, like I'm good, I don't need to be like, so like you're really chill with it, but they're taking you out of your comfort zone, which means get ready to move forward, get ready for some changes, because I know that either whatever you're in right now, you do not like it, and because you do not like it, some movement's going to happen. The universe listens. So you must have been on the phone with your girl, like, girl, like this is what's happening and I just got to change it. I want to go to like 2 or 3 days ago, you may have had a really deep conversation. All of that creates a vibration. All of that creates the frequency. And so whatever conversation you're having, they're listening and they're pulling you out of that situation so that you can be in that success vibration feeling that you're looking for. A token of his love is it's time to take off with my spaceship. That's right, girl. Go into that spaceship. Don't hide. Let them take you. And so a token of their love, like I want to give you some flowers. Like have you ever had a meditation where you're in space, Kelly? Like I feel like that's what she's doing. It. I've been in space. They shot me back out. Like this girl don't listen. I was brought back down.
We're just cracking up. Don't hide. Let them take you.
I can't help it. That's just the jokester in me just having a great time with it because you took it there. We got it. So that means your grandfather was a person that was a character. He was a jokester. He just loved to laugh. I love it. Like, come on. We're going to go with the aliens. We're going to go up there in space with the star people. You're going to hang out with the Palladians and the Arcturians. Come on, girl. Let's go. Let's go celebrate. But on a real note, you're very protected. And I feel like there's something that you felt that you were not protected. They're coming in to say you are very protected. You're smart. You know what you're doing. Don't let nobody come in and change the way who you are. Stay authentic and stay true. Much love to you, baby girl. And that's what I got for you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I just feel like you have a lot of support from your family in the spirit world. Can you understand when Debbie was talking about grandfather, I just saw this really brilliant gold tone watch, maybe even, but like a very big face, a flashy watch. So I saw that glistening on somebody's hand. I do feel like grandmother is with grandfather. You just have multiple people. So I do feel like a bigger family or highly supportive family, because like people are just like all huddled around. Oh, yes, he had a watch like that. Thank you. And he shows me like, Debbie was describing, kind of what he was wearing. So he shows me like a suit he was wearing. And I'm wearing something green, and he kind of like, he tilts his arm too, to show me the color of green. And for me, that represents like someone who is either like brilliant because he sees things a different way, or because he is a little entrepreneurial and he wanted to kind of it's like he wants to do things differently. So again, unique mind or unique way of how he made money. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say with grandfather. He is just a really interesting personality, fun, like Debbie said. And I just feel like he's smart. He's smart, and he notices things, and he's really aware. And he can crack a joke, like a really, it's just like he catches things, okay? And so he's catching you because he's the one in the forefront that Debbie grabbed, and he's the one in the forefront. But I also think when you're grandparents, I can't tell if this is the one he's married to or this is on the other side of the family. But when your grandma is very strong personality too, like comes in and gives you her love and says, "I'm watching you too." And so it's these two big personalities from one of the grandmas and your grandfather, and they're like, "You're doing it, like you're making waves." I was seeing like cards going like this, like, you're figuring things out, you're planning, you're making moves, and they're proud of you because they know that it's not easy for you. And so like your parents are very encouraging, but they don't get it exactly what you're doing. So they're very encouraging of you to be hardworking, but they don't get how hard it is because you don't really have a plan for what you're doing. You're making your own plan. And your grandpa and your grandma love this because they're just like, "Oh, it's getting ready to take off. Watch you go, watch you go." I have two grandmas from the spirit world, one not as big of a personality, that by me, the one married to grandfather, and they're all lined up here for you. You also have another, I almost want to say cousin in the spirit world, who is a woman too, and she's on the younger side, and she comes in and she's very supportive of you, a little bit on the quieter side as well. I don't know if you can take that too as well, Delic. But enormous support of family, even though sometimes the ones here with us don't necessarily get all of it. The ones on the other side really do. They're really excited for you. Okay. All right. But so I don't know who she is. It's somebody related to family, and she comes in, and I feel like she is in her late teens or early 20s. And she passed when she was younger, and she passed from like being sick. So it's somebody connected to family. So it's a little bit removed. So I could have gotten relationship wrong, but just keep that in mind. Somebody like a cousin, someone connected to the family, could be a friend of the family, but it's somebody that comes in and pops in and says hi. Okay. And she would know who your family was. Okay. So just think about it. She was in the background with grandparents, and she wanted to say hi.
Oh, I love that. It's okay. She'll keep it in mind. Oh, how beautiful, Kelly.
I keep being shown like a hospital bed with her. Okay. So just think it could be someone that you knew growing up too. Think about someone you knew growing up. It could be she had passed for quite a bit of time. I just want to put that out there because it keeps getting stressed to me that just think about it. Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
All right. So it's your turn to pick.
It is. Who's still here and who's open for a reading? I know, like with Dialect, I mean, she can go on and on. I'm just going to leave you with a little message there that I heard was like, if
Isabel?
Isabel still here?
No, there's people up top. There's people up top that were asking for readings too, if you scroll up too.
Okay.
But yeah, pick whatever you want.
Kaza's like, pick me, Kaza girl, you're hilarious. I could talk to you every day, Kaza.
Trudy.
Hi, Trudy girl. I'll call you girls because you know I can hook it up with you. Oh, these are all my girls in here. Isabel, Janelle, Trudy, Casa. Eddie's in the house. Trying to jump onto YouTube. Okay, Eddie. So
some people are listening. They're like, oh, we got a shot again. So yeah, people pop down who are listening.
Right.
If you want a reading, come on in. Okay.
Okay, so let me just, how about this? Let's see who comes in, because if I go, I know everyone in here. So I'm just going to kind of see who wants to step forward and open it up in a platform style and just kind of let them see who can understand it. How about we do that? Because I know I know all of these people. So I know that in my awareness, I want to go to someone that would have had a heart issue or heart condition. I feel like I'm coughing quite a bit. I feel like I'm a woman that was coughing quite a bit. I know that I would have lived a life around 60s, in my 60s. I feel that there's a lot of grief, and I feel like there's a lady here, a daughter that's in here that is hurting. I know that there is a connection to dementia. I know that when this person comes closer, I feel very lonely. I feel like I need to acknowledge my daughter is sad. I'm going through some difficult times at this time, or is going through some difficult times at this time. And I feel like I'm needing guidance on which direction to go next. I feel like November is a very significant time with this person. I also know that they've been not feeling well. So there was an illness around this person. So there's something that's definitely happening as well. I also know that family is important. So the family is either separated or not together, and they're trying to bring the family together as well. It's very interesting because part of me wants to go to Lily Rose. So I don't know, Lily Rose, if you could understand some of this, but I'd like to go with you to see if you could understand this. So this is a woman who feels very much like a mother. I feel like this is someone, the number 60 is very significant. Difficult time, dementia, now birthday, separation. Okay, so Kaza, you could also understand this. I just pulled the card, and there's the grief card. So I know there's still a lot of grief around this person as well. I definitely feel that this person is acknowledging illness around, like this person is also going through some illness as well. Stomach issues. There's something with the person living and I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, but they're just acknowledging that they're really having some issues with the well-being of self as well. So Kaza, you understand this, and the woman feels very much like would have gone through from what I felt, like a heart condition. I felt like she would have also had some dementia issues. And I get the bear. So the bear is very significant. So it's like there's a symbolic connection to the bear. I'm trying to ask for a name. So yes, Deb. Okay, so I'm with you, Kaza. So Lily Rose, you didn't understand this. So I'm going to see if Kaza, since you can understand it, letting spirit lead. And so I'm going to work with you. And then anyone else, please continue. You can take my grandma past heart attack. Okay, then I'm with you. And one, I'm really sorry. Great of a memory of the bear was Sue. And I was going to say that the bear was bringing me awareness to Sue. So I know, Kaza, this is a disclaimer, but I've never read her grandmother before. So this is a new read for me with her. Okay, so Lily Rose, thank you, Lily Rose, for validating there. So Kaza, as I come to you, one, I'm very sorry that you're going through some personal grief. I know that Sue's coming in and acknowledging the bear. I know that she brings the cow behind you because I know you already that you have a picture of the cow. So there's something significant about the bell, like the time is over, like it's time to step out of this. It's time to step out of this discomfort or this illness or the feeling of overwhelming. Take the steps, babes. Take the steps. You know I love you. Take the steps. It's like you're wanting to put these New Balance shoes on you. So either you have these tennis shoes of like walking and you have a watch to like monitor your walking steps or something like this. And I feel like she's going to be side by side with you as you start this journey of self-care and like getting your physical endurance down. She said, yes, you heard me talk to you. So I wasn't lying. I'm telling you the truth. There's a lot of love that comes to you. So if you doubted the love, please know that love is there. Please know that she loved you. Please know that you can smell into her essence. She shows me a sweatshirt or some type of sweater with a letter M, whether it's Michigan or the letter M as well. And I know that when you go into this and you smell it, you can sense the perfume. And I also know that there is this like connection of love that when you smell into that, her presence is there with you. Never doubt her love. Perfect. And please know that there is love for you when you're holding on to this bear or you're holding on to this sweatshirt or you're holding on to something that you keep under your pillow, whether this is a picture of her or this is on your cell phone. And I feel like you've been in your emotions, and I am getting this connection here where she's also very present. Please know that I know grandmother was also the first communicator, so I don't want to dismiss what yes, her scent. Thank you. And that is her scent that's being acknowledged. I know that when grandmother comes forward as well, she's like protecting you from anything that's not for your highest good. So either you didn't want to hear something or you asked like not to be part of something, your grandmother's protecting you. So it's almost like your ears are covered so that you don't hear a certain situation. Your grandmother is the person that's protecting you from hearing certain conversations. So your grandmother's protecting your energy in this way. So it's whether this is conversation, gossip, or whatever. I definitely get the sense she is your protector and also guiding you through the mediumship. I know that when I come to you, Kaza, you're also protected by grandfather. I know the month of March is is also coming in, and I know that the name Stace is also coming in. I know that the name Mary is also coming in. I also know that Frank is a name that's coming in, and I also know that Walter is a name that's coming in. And so these are many people that you've either shared your experiences with or you walked the journey with. And please know that these people are just holding your hand, whether this is a spirit guide or a team of workers. And I feel like they're getting ready to prepare you for the next step of your journey of where you're going into by mid-August, which is this month. I feel that it's going to start unfolding more. I also know that you made an intention in February to do some auto writing or some trance writing, and this is the way they're going to connect to you. So I leave you with Spirit's love. I know I can go on and on. So your grandfather, your grandmother, and Sue, like, you go, girl. We got your back. Keep going.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, I mean, there's a lot of rallying from the spirit world. Absolutely. What I was feeling around Kaza was there's just the encouragement. So I wasn't getting a lot of grandma connection. So I'm going to, I guess, go more into her energy. And if grandma comes in, because whoever comes in, let them come in. Right. I do feel like there was a relationship with grandma, though, like from her end, where the grief is she wanted to be there more. You know, she wanted to be there more and she couldn't. And she really didn't get to have the proper passing with grandma that she was hoping to. And that's what she's still harboring and mending within her heart, because she is such a like she wanted to go above and beyond to let her grandmother know how much she was cared for. And I feel like that moment just didn't happen in the way that helped her shower her love for grandma, or help process the way that she loves grandma. So that comes in, and there was like this opening of the gates of her going out into these fields. So it's like, I don't know if you live in a place by the country. I don't know. It could be a metaphor, but all of a sudden I see these gates, or this one gate opening, and there's these rolling green hills. And I just feel like you're coming into a time where you have more freedom, and you're coming into a time where emotionally that you can let yourself off the hook and feel like you're still grieving, but feel like, okay, life is meant to be led in a way where, I feel like I want to fully live life, as I have my grandma's memory with me. And I feel like I want to kind of be out and about with other people, because if you can understand this, Kaza, like, I feel like you love being around others. That's not like a problem, but there's like a sadness kind of when you're around others still, like you're carrying the sadness. And so there's a time where there's like going to be feeling more sunshine again, not just like going out and seeing the sun and being out more, but there's going to be a time where your energy feels like yourself again, or you just feel happier again. And grandma is motioning you to letting you know, like, we all go through cycles, we all go through seasons. You're coming into your summer again. I'm so sorry, my love, that it was such a hard winter, and she like puts a blanket around you, and she shows you a fire. So she wants you to stay warm, and the next phase of that is experiencing the sun. So she wants you to go out and have fun and think of her, and do things in honor of her. So that's really coming in. And yes, you can understand the nature. It feels very nature-like. It feels like I want to be around a garden. I don't know if you like gardening. I don't know why, but I just want to do things. And it's like, you don't have to be an expert at them, okay? You don't have to be particularly like fixated with them. It's just like, go and do stuff out in nature. I do feel a draw, a pull. If you can understand, I don't know if it's a bluebird, I don't know if it's a robin, but there's a bird that's darker with like an oranger breast, I believe. And it's like somehow assigned to you. And there's going to be signs, again, just validating that you're on the right track, and just keep pushing yourself. Grandma didn't always push herself. And so she says, go gently, but she's encouraging you, if you can understand that. So keep going forward. She says, you're coming out of winter, you're going into the summer. It's going to be a better place within your heart and in your mind, and just keep letting that open up. Okay.
Wow, that was beautiful.
She says, yes. I'm just reading her comments. It was hard. She's talking about her grandma. Okay, she lives close to the hills. Okay. Her friend is coming over. Good. Hummingbirds everywhere, and a tattoo. So you're connected to the hummingbirds. There's an additional bird I saw, though, so watch out for it. It wasn't a hummingbird. Whether it's coming to you or you haven't seen it yet, there is a sign of a bird who is darker, whether it's a dark blue or a brown or a black with like a orangey breast. Okay.
Aww.
So just look out for that, and that's going to be a validation. And then, yeah, with friends coming over, or you being around friends, I just feel like it's going to be easier, because you're right, you haven't been in that place where you can truly be present even with friends, even though you like to do that at the same time, and you do try. So you have multiple bird signs. Okay. So it's a nod to you having multiple bird signs, but there's another bird emerging to be part of your symbols. Okay. So look out for it.
That is so cool.
That people are being really sweet. They're saying they love that we're taking longer for the messages and we're not rushing things.
Yeah.
Up top, so I want to say to Lalima Sony, you did have a reading earlier. Debbie and I went into it, so watch it back after the play. So yes, you did have a reading earlier, because she stepped away right when she asked for one. So it happens, we're pulled.
Yeah.
Okay, she said, no, I hid myself away a lot. Yeah, you're coming into a different phase. Phase. Okay. I'm glad she can understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
Keep looking out for the bird. I mean, I'm telling you, just keep looking out for the bird.
I love birds. My grandmother would always tell me, a little bird tells me that you love me. And so I always look for the birds. So what a beautiful message, Kelly.
Are there bluebirds in Scotland?
I don't know if they're there, but like, I'm always, I would say, yeah, birds are everywhere, right? So they could fly wherever. I don't know.
Yeah, there's certain birds that aren't in certain countries. I'm like, oh, are there bluebirds in Scotland? But or there are robins in Scotland. I don't know.
Yeah. I do know that I'm always giving messages with birds. So let's ask Kaza, are there bluebirds? Eddie, are there bluebirds? Eddie's in here from Liverpool.
Come on,
y'all. Robins, let me know. I'm going to say yes.
Oh my gosh. I like it.
But let's hear. Yes, look at, yes, bluebirds in Scotland. Yeah,
okay. That was the first one that came, okay? And that has an orange breast. So please watch out for the bluebirds. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up.
All right. I love that. And you know what I love? Okay. So in every region, let's say the bluebirds or the robins or the cardinals, they have different colors or they look slightly different, which would make sense, right? But they look nearly the same. So it's like, I wonder if these like bluebirds are just like a really, really deep royal blue. I wonder. Anyway.
No, but
Robin.
But look at how deep you were able to go into the color. You didn't just go, oh, blue. You were like, look at how deep the blue is. There's more deeper meaning in that when you say that, girl. So there's more, there's truth, there's power, there's healing. I mean, what does blue mean? Like, like really breaking it in. Yeah, girl.
Right. No, you're right. That royal blue is peace of the mind on a certain level. Honestly, it's peace and devotion to something that is sacred to you, that you hold within. So I'm curious how it will unfold. Let it email us, text us. Why am I saying texting? Well, if you want, but however these messages unfold, reach out if they do mean something to you later on. Anyway,
I love Eddie's. Right. Eddie's. Look at Eddie's response. Just make sure Batman isn't on the branch, right, Eddie? We don't need to be scared of no Batman. Too much. I didn't miss my read. I'm sorry, but I didn't. It's okay.
It's okay. Just watch it back. Watch it back. I'm gonna read for Isabel.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's go. Okay. So I'm
just gonna pull some cards or feel kind of wherever I want to go. I'll start with a card and then I'll feel my way in. Oh, look what this popped out again. Sometimes we get similar cards. Okay.
I love that.
So this is the compassion and the feeler card. I really feel like this is connected. I'm getting like a lot of feminine energy coming in. It's connected to now and it's connected to spirit too as well. But I really do feel like the theme is healing the feminine, like healing the feminine relationships within your life from like mom and grandma and like the hardships. And let's say sometimes when we have a harder life or we've been like raised a certain way, we like emotionally we repress, who we are sometimes. So I do feel like growing up with mom and you, there was a connection where you felt like, hey, this is mom's watching out for me. But I do feel like she didn't talk about emotions a lot. She just got things done, if you can understand that, Isabel. So mom was a taskmaster. Mom was she was a hard worker, got things done. She didn't have time for things if they were too emotional. I do feel like that is from the past. And I do feel like for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I do feel like mom had a little bit of a harder life. And I do feel like mom was more separated from her own home life, if that makes sense. So I'm aware that her mom was different from her personality wise. So then I feel like there's a separation to encourage that, if you can understand that, Isabel. So within you, it's kind of like, so there's been kind of some inconsistency with the way that you're guided, or sometimes nurtured within your emotions. It's about you stepping. Okay, let me know if you understand that. Oh, she says yay, so I was like, is that a yes? So it's about you stepping up in your own leadership and saying, like, I'm a sensitive individual and I process things quite differently. I know what I need to do to survive. I'm tough enough where I'm able to do what I need to do when I need to do it, but I also am so strong that I nurture this watery, sensitive side of myself. And so when I see an aquarium, and I see, like, almost like this underwater sanctuary, like, just brimming with life. And so, I feel like you're brimming with all these emotional understandings, and you're like, this is what I need to do to be me. This is what I need to do to be the best me. And I do feel like there's encouragement from the spirit world with grandfather actually within that. I feel like he is a very encouraging man, a very soft spoken, encouraging man who used his mind a lot. So if you can understand, knowing a grandfather who used his mind, who was quiet spoken, who was very observant. This was a quieter man, if you can understand this, Isabel. He gives you a salute within that and says, I love that you're building up your own inner world. And I love that you see things differently. And it's okay that other people don't understand you. Like, be a warrior, be strong and building up this world. You will find others that will help you transform it, but you are transforming it yourself right now. So it's just happiness from the spirit world within that, and just continuing to heal the feminine for yourself. So that's what I'm getting.
Wow.
Mom and her didn't have a good, yeah. So, yep. So your mom wasn't properly guided, right? Because they were so different. And then she wasn't able to guide you in some of the areas that she didn't receive guidance in from herself. So there's a lot of holes with knowing how to navigate things with mother to daughter relationship. And I feel like you can break that cycle if you want, or you can help encourage women around you to help break that cycle too, because you are very in touch with your emotions and you're learning more how to do that as well. So being even more powerful in that. So that's important. It's coming in. Okay, Debbie.
I love that for her. I know this is my girl Isabel. So I love that you got this today. And so I was guided to pull a couple of cards. And the first card was solitude, right? Just like to take care of yourself. And it goes back to, I feel like the theme today is ancestral, like that father, their fathers, their mothers. I felt like there's those wounds that we witness, and there's these stories that we get to observe. And it's like, really just, what are your feelings? What is it that's resonating with you? So going in with that third eye of feeling what feels right, but also bringing in the healing and the forgiveness. Those problems that you witness, don't carry them. They're not yours to hold on to. As a guide steps forward, I have a very native guide stepping forward to kind of bring in some deeper healing within the heart as they come in and allow you to speak your truth from your mind and from your thoughts and your heart. Another feather of angels step behind you as they come in to release some energy that is behind you. So you've been carrying these energies within you and around you for quite a bit of a long time. And I know that you've experienced grief, my love. And so it's almost like, let's go into that heart and let's allow spirit to bring in that love into that heart, because you hold back from speaking what your heart desires, which is simply love. You embody love, you are love, and I'm reminding you of you being spirit and you being present and allowing that frequency and vibration to come in such a way that your heart desires, as they hold into your hand that gratitude of spirit, because they're telling me you're thankful for where you are today, because you were not where you are yesterday, and you're holding the keys in your hand to open that door. Just step into it, baby, and follow your heart. You're so beautiful, and I want to remind you of how beautiful you are, and to let you know that you are so loved, because when we go through these heartaches that Kelly speaks of, we oftentimes don't hear "I love you" or "I'm sorry" from those that have hurt us. And please know, from Spirit World and from my spirit, I say, I'm sorry, giving you the sorry that you never heard, whether whoever broke your heart, I'm saying sorry to you. And whoever didn't take time to understand you, I'm sorry for you, to you. And wherever you didn't get to be heard, I'm saying I'm sorry to you. And I just want to bring another blanket of protection behind you as Spirit comes in, as you getting the downloads, because you asked for this love to come in a deeper way that's going to give you clarity and understanding. So I know grief is what you've gone through, but I know the light is there. So embody that, welcome it, step into it, because you deserve it. And so I'm going to leave you with that. And I thank you, Iris, for just letting me hold space for you for that moment.
I love it. Yes, I love how you kind of put the cherry on top with people who didn't say they're sorry, you know, and I felt that was really in the mix. Exactly. It's like they didn't know how to even say that. They don't even know how to even do it now. So, you know, if they had the opportunity. So, yeah, I thought that's beautiful, Debbie. So heal it, forgive them, heal it, and go forward with how you are around others, because you'll help heal others too with, you know, how you treat them and your understanding. Because I keep getting like, I'm breaking the cycle, you know, no matter where I can do it, I'm breaking the cycle. That's, you know, that's the power.
Yeah, I want to say so much. I'm like, because, you know, as Latinas, like, you are strong, girl. You're a Latina. You got it. I want to be porque eres chingona. Like, I had to say that. I had to say that. Like, I'm sorry, Kelly. I don't know if I can say it, but I had to say it because I have to remind you, like, we come from the roots, girl. Like, let's go. I had to do it. It was like, remember where you come from. Eres mujer. Usted lo puede hacerlo. Sí se puede.
Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. You got this.
Right?
You got this. And just Debbie is hyping you. I'm hyping you, but man, Debbie is a professional hyper. Like, she is amazing.
Let's go.
Let's go. Would you like to do one quick one with me to close the show?
Totally.
You get to choose.
Oh, I get to choose.
Yeah, you're up for choosing.
Oh my God. Okay, never read Katie before. So Katie, let's go to you if you don't mind. She says spirit. So one, thank you for being open. Thank you for being here. I love the laughter from all of you. And this is what it's about: upliftment, inspiration, and just giving us that opportunity to step into something different, to look at things differently, right? So Katie, I know as I come to you, I have a gentleman in spirit that wants to come forward. I know that I want to go to granddad, dad. I have to acknowledge and I know that my aches and pains, I would have had immediately aches and pains with this gentleman. I know this gentleman, as he comes closer, I'm sitting in this kind of like cherry recliner, and I'm sitting in this chair, and I feel like I'm watching TV, and I feel like as I get closer, there's this like cherry wood furniture where it's like a big old hutch and there's pictures everywhere. And so I know this gentleman is coming in to give you upliftment, because I know that either you've had some challenges, or either you've gone through something that has been difficult. And I feel like I'm going to be pushing you to step out of things. I know that when I come to you, I want to acknowledge kids. I know that I want to acknowledge babies or young ones. And so, gosh, if I come to you, my love, I'm so sorry. I feel like either there's this feeling of someone either being pregnant, or I feel like I'm acknowledging pregnancy here, but I have to acknowledge children as well. I feel that this father is acknowledging this baby, and I feel like I'm just holding this baby so tightly. So I know that I just want to give you like empathy here, love. I want to give you support, if this makes sense. If we can get the yeses and the nos, so that I know that I'm working with you, my love, if you don't mind.
She's here. So Katie, just make sure you say, I can understand this with what Debbie is saying. She's say yes. Okay. What can you let us know we can understand too, so we know we're
validate connecting.
The link. Yes, to validate.
I know when this person comes closer, it's almost like your door opens on its own. So I know that you're very sensitive, and I feel like you've been waiting for the connection of spirit. And I feel like it's the paranormal feeling of like, ooh, who's here and who's coming. And so I feel like you have a screen, and then you have your door, and I feel like the screen moves up and back and forth on its own. And it's like you just either recently this person like to go out and get the newspaper. Feel a lot of moon energy. Oh, this is something different. Sorry. I know that I'm getting the newspaper. I knew that a little doggy and spirit would come with me. So I know this gentleman had a routine. He would get the paper. I feel like the streets open. So I would look at the cars, and I know that I would have a great cup of coffee before I started my day. And I would be like, okay, I have the paper in my hand. What are we going to do today? I feel like when I look at the paper, though, I'm gambling with some horses, or I'm doing some horse races. So I know that I'm either looking at like what's up, where am I good, what horses are playing today. So I know I would have liked to have a good time. I know that, so at some point I'm a gambler, and I know the holidays I would gamble to make some extra money for the holidays. He doesn't make me feel like I would have been a man of like rich of abundance, but what he could have, like, I'm gonna give to you, girl, like I'm gonna take care of you. I know as this person comes closer, you've been reading, whether this is words of inspiration or the Bible or something here of love. Like I definitely get the sense you're gambling, you're gambling, you're gambling. Get it, girl? Because I feel like I want to go into like you and your journey, and just sitting on the bed. I feel like I don't know. I see the red hair, but what I see, I feel like you would have had a wave to your hair, and I feel like you have your glasses on and you're reading. You have your laptop on your lap. I feel like you're watching your TV, and I feel like, oh, he's acknowledging Bob Barker that just passed, and I get the sense that you're like, oh man, and you had a moment of him and your family, of just the times watching TV together. And I feel like there's this bookmarker that shows me that in your book, and it just says beautiful. So they're reminding you of how beautiful you are, and they're reminding you of how loving you are, and they're reminding you of the gentleness of the cooking, and of the love that you shared. And so I know when this person comes in, it's like there's a necklace that he gives me, there's the scent that he gives me. There's the grief that I can feel. You see him. I don't see him. I just can feel into the vibration, into the frequency of who I have. When this person comes in, I don't see him. I just know is what I'm getting. But I saw you, and I could see him seeing you. So there is a distance. There's this feeling that comes in of a personality of maybe tragic past, or there's this feeling of just shyness that's stepping at the side, even though his personality is here. So I know that what I feel is what I'm giving you, not what I'm seeing. So that is how the information was given. I did see him go get the paper. I did see him, but it was a very small glimpse. I did see him in the chair, but it was a very small glimpse. So if this makes sense for you. I know the month of May was very significant, and I know the month of October is also significant. And I also know that you have been really going through a healing journey, and it's like prayer. So there's this person of prayer. They're holding your hand as they come closer in a way of angelic love. And so I leave you with the angelic love of spirit, and I just give you gratitude. This person was very spiritual because they bless you in the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit and the dove. So please know that he's very connected. He is very much in spirit world, and he is your angel. I get the song. I've been getting this a lot, Mariah Carey. Like, you'll always be my baby. Do 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 da. So there's always this love, and there's always this connection. So I leave you with Spirit's love. And please let go of any guilt or remorse that you may hold on to. I feel like you held his hand, and you gave him permission to be like, you supported him, you loved him. Because I feel like you're giving him a gentle kiss as this moment of pause, of just saying you're giving him that peace to go. So please know that, and I'll let Kelly add to what she received.
Sure. Thank you, Debbie. I you asked, like, do you see him? So I haven't seen a full face, but I saw, when Debbie was talking, I saw like a mustache, facial hair. So that's important to identify him. That he definitely had that within his lifetime. I just feel like a prominent mustache, and so And I also feel like when Debbie was just talking right now, there is an acknowledgement that you were able to say goodbye to him, even though it was difficult, and even though uh, you do miss him dearly. There was that chance to kind of, like, I just feel like kissing his forehead, being able to be close to him. Whether the kissing the forehead is metaphorical, I know that I was able to show my care and my love, and I was able to be around grandfather before I passed, and that he made a significant imprint on my life where I felt like I have good memories and I was able to look up to grandfather. So this is somebody who, created a lot of good memories for you. Like, I'm being flashed what Debbie said earlier. So sometimes Debbie helps prompt me to say things. But you mentioned earlier, Debbie, there was like this big hutch, right? And so the hutch, I feel like, leads into the kitchen, and he's like flashing me that, and I'm seeing like the papers, and I'm aware of just validations and times. I'm aware of like a rug on the floor and in his house. And I'm just being flashed certain things. And honestly, the thing that, because I feel like you've been asking, like, am I making you proud? Am I doing the right thing? Like, and you've been wondering within your own life, like, what should I really be focusing on sometimes? Because you're figuring out what you want to do as you go forward. And I just really feel like this, but he's validating it. There's, no matter what you do, he's proud of you. And as long as you wake up every morning and you are trying your best to do what's good for you and what is good for others around you, and you stay in your peace, because he's showing me that sometimes you can get upset sometimes, and he's like, as long as you are in your peace, you're in your power. And if in your power, you're in your power, you can do great things. So he's letting me know to, like, really have mastery over yourself. Continue to read the articles that you need to read to make you understand, oh, I could do this, and that's something I could add to my life. He's like, continue to learn the self-mastery, and the stars are yours, okay? And he also acknowledges, like, the stars are yours because, like, you're sensitive and you've had, like, experiences, and he's just saying, if you want to learn about that too, you can. But he's like, don't be afraid. You have family here helping you. I'm protecting you. You have a lot of people protecting you. So don't be afraid. If you're ever afraid and you feel spirit, like, say my name. And he's trying to encourage you to not be afraid, as he's encouraging you not to be afraid of what's actually the potential of your life, or some decisions you have coming up where you find that they're overwhelming. So whether you're upset or whether there's a new opportunity, he's like, don't be afraid, be in your peace. That's how you're in your power. I will help you hone that if you would like. And he sends you a lot of love. He sends you a lot of love. Hopefully you can understand that, Katie. I think she's taking it all in too. We're giving her a lot of information, you and I.
I got hot. I was like, oh. You came on fire with spirit. God bless
it's
you,
It's getting
Katie.
hot in here, but we got to keep on all our clothes.
Well, I just took off my sweater, Kelly.
But that's okay. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I would take off my jacket, but I think my shirt's going to slide too much. But I hear you. No, it is getting, yes.
Well,
it's getting AC warm in
like
here.
My girl right now, and I'm over here like, okay.
Well, that's why you can wear this jacket now. Before, oh my gosh, I'd wear strictly vests, Debbie.
I love it. Wow, what a beautiful message for you, Katie. You were just really landing it. You were in it, Kelly, and I was just like, whoa, you had me in that. I'm all yours, baby. You want to do another? Are we good? Let me know.
Let's close the show with picking one card for a person.
Let's do it.
I would keep going, but we got other shows I got to give grace to. But I know it's so fun. That means it's not over. We're gonna have an episode 3. We're gonna have an episode 4 and 5.
That's when you thought it was over. It's not over.
Double dragons providing the heat. We keep the fire going.
Well, we are dragons, right? So fly high, y'all. Fly high in those dreams as we're in this full moon vibration frequency. Keep going. Look at this. There's the wish card. Wish, wish, wish big. Dream big. Dream big. Kings and queens in here. That's what's up. Okay, Miss Callie, let's go. Where are we going to go? How do we do this?
Okay, pick a person. Am I next for picking or you're picking? You pick or I pick. I don't know.
You pick, and we're just gonna go boom, boom, rapid reads, and we're just gonna go.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick somebody, and then you're gonna pick somebody because we're gonna try to get as many as we can really quick.
Let's go. Rapid reads, y'all. Rapid reads.
So I'm gonna do Maj. I hope that's right. Maj or Maj. All right. I'm making sure. All right, so I got the mental energy card and also the master your own fate card. So I feel like you're in a place where you are, getting your intention aligned up, whether it's through meditation or just being in a better place within your life where you feel like you can be more clear. But it's just now a matter of a time of it's time to build a self-confidence, and it's time to actually make the plan now. So you feel clear. Now it's time to make the plan and do the steps and to be really dedicated within that. And it's okay if it's difficult because it's going to teach you how to be dedicated. So the card is letting you know that you might stumble a little bit. It's okay. You're going to learn the exact lessons you need to be successful. Let yourself be wonky. That's where all the goodies are so you can be powerful later, okay? So embrace the wonkiness. That's what I'm getting. Okay.
Love it. So this is Maji that we're working for, and I feel this is in reference to work. Will my son pass his driving test? Oh, how cute. Oh, Maji. That's his specific question. I hope so, but I feel like with you,
they asked another question. They asked, so I was just telling them where they're at, and then they asked a specific question afterwards.
For me, when I was just going based on what you were saying, and I just feel like I want to give you work. So I want to give you work. I feel like I want to give you focus. I want to get you like really directed into your awareness. Like, let's bring clarity. What do you want to do? Like, I feel like you're someone that can go, okay, you're needing some money to build your empire. You need some money to have a space to do the work. I say ask Spirit. I say let's put that intent out. If this is supposed to happen, Spirit, bring in the abundance so that it can happen. Use the moon energy to play with, and I feel that you come from your heart, so you're doing things with passion. I feel like you're getting visions on what you see, and I just want you to step into it and believe that you're worthy of that. Like, all good things are leading to a great path. But there's a card behind it. There's companionship there. There's support. There's friendship. So listen to the friends that are talking to you. Here's the double dragon, and follow the magic. There's the dragon of the magic, right? So the way I feel into this is like you're divinely guided. You have the vision. You have this, but the abundance is there. So let's work with grounding the energy. Go into that earth star chakra. Work with that energy there. Allow the white light to touch that, the silver cord, to anchor your energy into that energy frequency, so that when you're planting your seeds, the desire, the manifestation can have support to grow. So that is what I'm going to leave you with. Keep grounding that energy. That's the power. Stay into that. And yeah, your visions are there, babe. Like, even if it feels like you're not in that light, you're definitely light. The darker the light, the brighter you are. So like, get into that light. You're very protected. There's lots of healing coming in. I won't stop. I'm going to stop because I can definitely keep going. So like, lots of love to you. Let's go into the next one.
Okay, really good. We'll take some more. And then, but she's talking about her son. Will my son pass? So I got a vision of like a pizza party. I know that sounds funny, but a celebration. I feel like there's a celebration around the fall time. So it's like, don't rush it. Don't rush it if you don't have to. But the most important thing is like, your son's really nervous. So if you can get him in the mindset of he's going to be okay and he's going to, ace it, and he actually believes it. It's not just a pep talk. He actually believes it and feels like he can do it. I feel like things are going to be okay. The only thing that I would really just look out for, if you're really, really nervous, it could create difficulty. So don't rush it. Make sure he's not nervous. Make sure he actually believes that he can do it. And the fall and pizza party and celebration comes in. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Call in the angels. Call in the angels. Definitely call in the angels. My son takes his driving test today. So let's say a prayer for all those that are out there. Let's bring in that beautiful angelic beings to be at the wheel with our babies. So I feel you, girl. I feel you. I feel you. Lots of love there. Okay. So where are you guided next to, Kelly?
Let's see. Let's see. Let's close it out. I'm going to choose one and then you choose one and we'll close it out. So I'll do, I think Eddie was asking for something earlier. So, and he's been giving us some positive vibes. So I'm going to pick a card for Eddie. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's just, I'll pick it as I go. All right. So I got this card again. It just flew out. So
I love it.
We've been getting this card a lot. There's a lot of cards in the deck. Oh, and you got a heart too. Yes. Okay. So basically I got, the card in the position where it's like, look, you have been acknowledging your feelings, but it hasn't been going so well. Okay. It's like we kind of got some indications of being burned a little bit, but whatever, that's how it goes. We got some indications of, yeah, I'm embracing my feelings, but I feel like womp, womp, womp. It's kind of like that. And it's just like, look, now, if you can do me one step further, and then we open back up the heart. So if you can do me one step further, Eddie, and you go, okay, where is this crappy feeling coming from? What is the energy of this occurrence, and why did I attract it to me? So it's like, you got your feelings going. Now we have to figure out how to get you power from your feelings, not just to feel them. You're an empath and you rock that, but then we got to use that information for power. We got to use that information for purpose, not just for pure feeling. So what do those feelings let you know about yourself? So you can go, great, noted. Let's rock this. Great, noted. No more of that. Great, noted. I keep getting this. Oh, that actually is a message that Spirit's trying to tell me that this is what's on in my life, and this is what has gone on in my life. So it's letting me know that it's going to completely change the way that you feel, because it's going to mean something where you can go, awesome, I have wealth and I have knowledge from this, rather than I'm just a circumstance of feeling too much. Okay, so get in your power. That's what I'm getting you.
Get in your power, Eddie, bro. Like, I know you. We're going to see each other on Saturday. Follow the path. When I get that heart, it's like they're opening up that heart so that you can come from your heart space. I know that when you want to speak, I want to let you speak from that heart and from that mind. So I'm really allowing that, like, I can see you right now. Like, I can see you with Spirit. And I feel this gentleman very much feels like Merlin, feels like an ancient guy that steps forward. I feel like he's got all this wisdom that comes within him. And I feel like he's like, embody the Spirit, embody the love, embody the patience. Give your mind peace, give your love peace, and most importantly, give love. Feel into the love, embody the love, and welcome the strength that you possess within. So I know that your guide is speaking to you with the gentleness and the kindness of the honor of the Spirit of grace and gratitude, and most importantly, self-love and love for others. So come back to that heart, babe. Follow the path. Spirit is definitely with you. I'll leave you with that. And then
absolutely,
I'll close with one more. You said, right?
Are we done? Oh, we done. If you want to do one quick, and then we'll close. And I'll just say, Eddie, because we were reading for Eddie, and he asked about his living situation. I got the tearing apart card and trusting yourself. So, Eddie, you got to make some decisions where you got to rip the Band-Aid off. It's gonna be kind of uncomfortable, but you just got to buck up, and you'll come back. And you got to trust that you made the right decision, because even if it's easier to be someplace that is bad momentarily and you're like, well, it's way worse the other way, rip off the Band-Aid and get into the area that you need to go, even though it feels way worse anyway. If you feel like, well, I'd rather be there, even though make the plans to make it happen. Make the plans to make it happen, and make the plans to pounce if this is not the perfect opportunity. But yeah, you can't be where you're at. Okay, you gotta trust yourself. You're not supposed to be there. Make the difficult jump. Maybe you gotta wait a second for the conditions, but if it's longer than a month or something, we got a problem. Okay, so rip the Band-Aid off. All right, that's what I got. All right, so you pick one more. And we'll close the show. We're just doing one more. in your honor, Debbie.
So why don't we do this? Let's do a collective message for all of us. And so I won't go to anyone individually, but this is going to be a collective message so that we can just chime in. And I'll just kind of sit with my guides and see what wants to come forward. So I leave you all with the sun, right? And so if I channel message here, the sun is a brightness. It's removing the clouds. It's pushing it all to the side. Allow the mind, allow your thoughts to be clear. Allow the ocean waves to be near. As you flow in your passion and within your truth, give your spirit that opportunity to shine. Don't hold back who you truly are. Give yourself patience. Give yourself time. There is an unraveling of life events that have occurred. But with the moment of gentleness, give yourself that moment to be at peace. Give yourself the moment to breathe. Give yourself a moment to see with clear eyes. Step into it, fill into it, and most importantly, love. So I leave you with the passion to continue to go, to stay inspired, to breathe that life force, to feel into the wisdom, to feel into the truth, and most importantly, to know that you are guided with spirit, by spirit. So they're holding your hands and they're taking you out to the next level, to the next vibration, to the next frequency, into the next chapter of your growth. So honor your journey. Be okay with where you are today. So I leave you with that.
And
Stay
that's
in
the
that sun. There's the sun.
Stay in that sun, and that's the general message for everybody coming from Debbie's heart. Thank you, everybody, so much for being with us here today. And Debbie, thank you for sharing your passion and talent with spirit, your heart. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have to have some fun with poetry in the future. We're gonna have a rap, like freestyle.
Well,
or
we
something.
do that, right? We be rapping like that. We've done that before. Have we not?
But we can do on the next level. I'm saying I love to rhyme, and I'm a poet myself, so I want to unleash some of this with you one of these times, one of these days.
No, well, let's not stop you. What you got right now, girl? Rhyme it out. Rhyme it out. Go ahead, girl. Let's go. I'll beatbox for you. Go ahead, girl. It's your show.
You want?
Yeah, girl.
Okay, I gotta wrap up the show. We gotta go, but I'll get us into the flow on another time. Within a dime, you and I are right with the divine.
That's what's up. Drop the mic, y'all.
And sinking so fine.
And I want you to be mine. I love you, Miss Callie. I love it.
Thank you so much, Debbie. Everybody, we will have the Psychic Hour on Friday. It won't be as fun because it's not with Debbie, it's just with me, but I'll be holding it up, the best that I can with my own fire. So see you there at 1 p.m. for more readings and talk of spirit, love, mediumship. With that said, please go with love, luck, laughter, and don't forget to live, everybody. See you soon. Bye.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.